Iara arrived at her uncle's house in the village in the morning, along with her parents. Every year, she spends some time of her summer vacations here, in this village. The fresh air and calm surroundings of the village rejuvenate her. Her uncle is a farmer who grows grains in the fields and rears livestock such as chickens, sheep, and cows. Niara was playing with the chickens on her uncle's farm when he came there with her father. He was looking a little tense. Her father asked him what was bothering him. He said that wild animals were attacking the livestock of villagers more often than ever before. Despite several efforts of villagers to combat the attacks, the number of such attacks was on the rise. Uncle said that because of these attacks, he had lost many of his animals. He also told him that the wild animals had become very clever, and the rate at which their attacks were successful had increased recently. Niara's father asked him why the villagers had not sought help from the forest authorities. Her uncle replied that they had informed authorities about the attacks, but somehow those wild animals had dodged the authorities too. Niara listened to the conversation carefully as they walked home. After dinner, she took out her night vision binoculars and started observing the beauty of the village at dusk. As she was watching, she observed some movements at a distance. Some wild animals emerged out of the bushes and scattered in different directions. From one direction, an owl hooted and wolves ran towards that side growling. 2 leopards stood there guarding. As villagers chased the wolves shouting, lions rushed to a farm on the other side. They attacked and took away 5 goats from that farm. Then another owl hooted, sending a signal of a successful attack, and all animals disappeared into the jungle. Niara was astonished to see such a planned attack. In the morning, she talked to her father and uncle. She told them what she observed the previous night. She said that the animals attacked in an organized manner, and it was surprising how they all, despite belonging to different species, could work as a team. Niara's father and uncle were also surprised on hearing this. They reported the incident to the forest officer that day. Niara was eager to study more about the pattern of attacks. The day was about to end, and Niara lay on the bed thinking about the incident that happened the previous night. She heard people shouting. This might be another attack, thought Niara, and took out her binoculars. But she could not see much as there were big bushes on that side. In order to have a better view, she went down and hid behind a big tree. As she was busy observing through her binoculars, she heard some rustling sound from behind. Turning back, what she saw was the worst nightmare she could ever imagine. 2 wolves stood right behind, ready to charge at her. They almost attacked her, but for the timely arrival of a lioness who came between them, she roared as if telling the wolves to back off. The wolves asked, "Why are you saving her?" The lioness said, "She is not our food. We don't kill for amusement. Go help the leopards in escaping with today's catch." To Niara's utmost surprise, she understood communication the whole between the lioness and the wolves. As the lioness was about to leave, she asked, "How could I understand your conversation?" The lioness turned towards her and said, "Oh, did you understand what we said? I can't explain it to you here as it's dangerous for me to be here for long. Come on, sit on my back and hold yourself tight. It will be the ride of your life." Niara thought for a while and then jumped on her back. She became afraid as the lioness roared her way ahead. But as she got comfortable, she realized that it truly was the ride of her life. It took aback the villagers at seeing the girl on the back of the lioness. Some of them tried to chase but gave up, as the lioness was too fast and vanished into the jungle. The lioness stopped at a safe place and dropped Niara. "So, you understood what I said to wolves there?" "Yes, and I am surprised I could understand all the roaring and growling." "This is because you matched our frequency." "Matched frequency? I don't understand that." Humans out of greed killed animals and used the jungles carelessly, which resulted in many animals going extinct and jungles shrinking. They left us with no food to eat. Our ancestors, with the urge to survive, tried hard and started communicating across species. As you call it, survival of the fittest, our ancestors tried to evolve. Their efforts didn't go in vain, and nature also backed them. Our ancestors thought beyond their capacities and innovated new methods for survival. We still are innovating and evolving. You are the first human I met today who understands us. This is because you think the way we think, the way it should be, the way nature endorsed it. That's why I said you matched our frequency. Okay, I get it. But why do you kill the livestock of villagers? Lioness. For survival. We have nothing to eat here. Some humans have camped in our jungle. They are cutting lots of trees and killing animals. Forest cover is decreasing very fast. We are planning an attack on them too. We know humans are so stubborn, they will come again, and we have no other option but to fight. We will fight for our survival and to keep the supremacy of nature, and we will win someday as nature itself backs us. It stunned Niara after hearing all this. She didn't know what to say. After thinking for a while, she said, "I am very sorry on behalf of all human race for the damage we have done to you and nature. Please let me know if I can do anything for you." Lioness. If you want to do something for us, then get those camps removed from the jungle, because if we attack them, we will also get harmed. If those camps are gone, we will go back to living peacefully in the jungle and will not attack village livestock. Niara promised to do her best and left back to the village. Back in the village, Niara's parents and villagers were worried about her. When they saw her approaching, everybody felt relieved. She narrated the entire story to her father and uncle. Her father said, "The chief forest officer will visit the village tomorrow. You can tell him the whole incident as it was." When the officer arrived the next day, Niara told him everything that happened. The officer said, "The government did not allow any such camps. If they were there, then they were illegal. I will look into the matter myself." The officer went back and sent the team to confirm. The team reported back and confirmed that there was a forest mafia in the jungle. Officer sent the troops and got rid of the camps. It has now been a week since any attack was reported in the village. The next day, Niara had to return to the city. She was sitting in the window and watching through her binoculars. There was a movement at a distance. She could see the lioness moving there. Niara waved her hand. The lioness roared once and left. Niara knew very well what the lioness said. Any guesses?